have that instinct automatically? Because remember, some of this stuff is genetic. They either have it or they don't, right? This is what it's all about, people. Attack the boy! He must know that I'm in the dog fight with him. I'm next to him side by side. We have a bond that's unbreakable. Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
You made it. So I'm just waiting for people to come in. And so, because it takes them a little bit of time to this is an early one. I usually don't do early ones unless you're back like in Germany somewhere where it's already 9 hours ahead.
Right.
You're only 2 hours ahead, but you're gonna be leaving pretty soon to go to come on the, I would say, West Coast. You're coming to the West Coast.
Yep.
Yeah.
I sure am headed to.
So now there's gonna be people that ask questions. Do you see you see those questions? You see those comments popping up right there? People saying hello and somebody saying, it should be on your screen. You must be on your phone.
I am on my phone.
Okay. So yeah, people are coming in. They're coming in. Well, let's get going. So today is a special day for me, only because, and for Joanne too, only because as a stud guy, my biggest and my only Achilles heel as a stud provider is the proper packaging of semen. You know, we can always get it out. We can always do a TCI right on the spot. We can always do AI. We can always do surgical extraction and checking out the analysis and the motility and the count. It's not the problem. The problem is once you ship it, preferably overnight, is it sustainable where you're maintaining the motility and the viability of the semen? And I would say for personal, my personal experience, going on 16 years of breeding as a stud provider, is that, oh yeah, so Meredith is in, Tasha's in, everybody's in. Hey guys, thanks for chiming in this early. I know it's early. I don't do early lives because talking to my wife is live within itself. So, but thank you guys for chiming in. But the biggest issue I have is when it gets there, and a lot of times we use the vet, which is a reproduction clinic, the one we use, right? And they doing the count, they putting the extenders in, and, and giving me the screenshot of the FedEx tracking them. I'm feeling real groovy. And it gets there, and the motility goes from 90% to 48%. Of the 2 vials, 1 vial is completely dead. The other vial is half alive. And it's really hard to say who's at fault, right? Like who's at fault? Because I know what it was before it left. But what I'm noticing is that it's the packaging. It's the packaging. So I brought Joanne from, I want to get this right, Safe Semen Shipping. And I found her by way of another friend of mine who actually used her services. And I thought it was a great venture for us to get on live for 59 minutes so you can catch your plane and talk about your product and what brought you to actually, I won't say invent, but create your own safe semen package. So Joanne, tell us, where are you in part of the United States right now?
We are in the Dallas Metroplex.
Okay. And so I guess you guys are enjoying no state income tax, but high property tax.
Yep, you got that right.
Oh, I already know. Excuse me. Tell me what are we what do you have for us today? And tell me first of all, tell me what brought you guys, how long you started doing this creating this product for semen shipping.
All right. So we also have a very large stud program. Um, so we started breeding French bulldogs about 10 years ago. And it got to a point where we were shipping out 5 to 7 studs a day. We were paying roughly $40 a box. Uh, and that got really expensive. And we said, hey, we've got to come up with a solution here. Also, the boxes that we were getting were quite large. So the cost to ship them was pretty expensive. So what spurred us to kind of come up with our own product was cost.
Right.
Um, so what we did was we worked with manufacturers abroad and domestically to come up with a product. It took about 9 months of research and development. Several samples were sent. We'd go back. No, we need more density. We need various things changed. My husband is a network administrator, so he's pretty good with, electronics and that kind of stuff. So he was able to monitor the temperature inside the box from the time that we sealed it through 36 hours, 3 days, basically. I'm sorry, I said 36 hours, 3 days. So he would watch it through 3 days. So each time he would do the testing, he would make sure that the temperature got to the optimal degrees at the proper rate and then stayed at the proper temperature for the optimal time, which was 3 days. So each time we would test it, if it wasn't staying as long as we want or it was cooling too fast, we would make adjustments until we finally came up with a product that um, achieved all of those goals. So, would you like for me to show you kind of what we have here?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Let me move this back so
Yeah.
try and get this to where we'll be able to see good. Okay, so this is the box and it folds into itself, which is really nice. No tape involved. Right? So let me move this down again. So inside of here, let me see if I can show you. You'll see we've got one. I've gone ahead and put in the top of our box. Here's a nice little feature. You have the ability to send a pipette. So if somebody's doing their own AI on the other end, which
Oh,
many
wow.
times they are, you can ship it in the same box, right? So that's
Okay.
kind of the feature that we have in our box. And then, honey, can you help me a bit? Gonna get some
Tell him he's got to
reinforcement.
join. We got to get some muscle in there.
Can you lift this out? Yeah. Trying to hold the camera at the same time. So here you see the inside of the box.
Okay.
It's double layered there. My husband's going to show us opening it. So once we've opened it, a couple of important features here. I want you to notice that there's an indent here, right? And then
Uh-huh.
this seals completely in, keeping the temperature ideal. The other
Okay.
thing I want you to notice is the density of this foam. So if you look at normal styrofoam boxes, there's a lot of air pockets, right? So that's what they call density.
Okay.
So we had to get ours super dense in order to keep the temperature at the optimal space. Once you take the lid off, you'll see we have a Nordic ice brick, which fits exactly. This was designed for this box. And then you can pull that out. Then you'll see the little holes here to lift up this. There's a couple reasons for these holes. One, obviously, because it makes it easy to lift up. Two, we want the airflow from the ice brick
Okay.
to
Now,
go
now,
down
that ice
into
brick. Now that ice brick, is that gel or is it liquid?
its gel.
Okay. And that
Yep.
and you recommend it freezes the night before, right?
Yeah, we keep them in our freezer all the
Okay.
time. We just leave them in there and then we
Okay.
pull one out when we need it. So anyway, the reason for these holes is so that we've got good airflow going down from the ice brick into here, but not directly on the semen, right? And
Okay.
then also it makes it easy to pull this up. So you don't have the ice brick laying right there on the semen. That would be bad. Then inside the box, you'll notice that there's 3 little slots in there, right?
Uh-huh.
One of the slots, we just have them set this way because it's the way we set it up. You're going to see this centrifuge styrofoam tube holder. So, and then also it comes with the centrifuge. So you stick this in here once you got your semen in there.
Now that right there, the centrifuge, that vial, if that
Mhm.
is so, if I got two of those, if my dog produces 2.5 of the what is they usually Naomi usually puts the when she's doing insemination TCI that she has this little syringe that goes in the back of the TCI gun, but that tube you got right there can hold up how many vials? 2 or 3?
It can hold 3 if you needed to.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yep. It can hold
Okay.
3. Frenchies generally don't produce more than 3. So when we designed it, we ship them with 1. If they need more than that, we can certainly do that for an additional cost. But anyway, these fit very snugly. Notice how I'm going to have to shove it down in there, right?
Right.
So it's nice and snug. It's not moving around. We're not going to have broken centrifuge tubes. It's protected by the styrofoam and it's snugly in there. Like to pull it out, it takes a little bit of work. See? And then
Okay.
also you want to put it in the side closest to one of the holes
So I
so
can
that
put it
the
on
air is
either
coming
either
down.
side then.
Either that
Okay.
side or this side, right? So if you're only shipping 1, the reason that we did these extras is obviously some studs produce more than 1, but also we wanted to be able to ship a whole box of whatever somebody needed. So while the box comes with everything I just showed you, that's what it comes with. We have the ability to add additional things ourselves. So this is an extender, and we purposely buy extender that is small so that it will fit in here if we needed to send it with extender for a specific customer, right? So it
Okay.
fits in there. Then we
But this
can
is
put
what you
some.
guys ship in, but that doesn't come with the package, right?
Nope, this doesn't come with the package. I'm just
Okay.
showing you some options that,
Yes.
if you needed to send additional things to your customer, you can ship it all in one box at one cost without having to ship multiple packages,
Correct.
right? So, and then there's some gloves that we can stick in there. Here's some lube that we can stick in there. All this can fit in this box. And then, of course, on top, we can stick the pipette. We also have room to stick in a syringe.
Okay.
So we can ship many things in here. All of this will fit in here nicely and still seal up and then go back into. You hold that up for me.
Oh, that's nice. You took the total of 3 pounds, it seems to go.
Oh, yes, I forgot to mention the total of the package when you're shipping it is only 3 pounds.
3 pounds. Okay.
Yep. Yep. And the box itself is 12 by 10 by 8. So once you've got it in here, you can see the flaps. You shut it down. You just stick the flaps in here. Get it where you started, honey, because I can't do both. I need a little help holding the camera. So you just stick the flaps in. Boom. It is all nice and sealed up. One of the things I want to mention, notice the glossy finish on this
Uh-huh.
box. So this is Chemi board. This is not your standard cardboard. Chemi board is moisture resistant, which is good. It's more durable than regular styrofoam. I'm sorry, regular cardboard. It it's clay coated liner board and there's less breathability. That's important because it's going to hold the temperature in here longer. So
Okay.
not only do we have the denser foam inside, denser styrofoam, we have limits on the breathability because of the Chemi board.
Okay. That Kimmy boards almost feel like a little bit of plastic, don't it?
Yeah. Yep. It kind of gives that feel. It's a clay finish, but it gives kind of a plasticky feel. We started producing these in November of 2020.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're tried and tested. I would say that it is a pretty standard for the French Bulldog community to be using this box, for a couple reasons. Number one, all of the things I just told you. But then in addition to that, when you go to ship your semen out in one of these boxes, I'll tell you that it is at least a third of the cost of the standard boxes that you're seeing out there. The bigger boxes, we all know who the competitor is, right?
Yeah.
Um, those boxes are going to cost about 30% more to ship. So the shipping costs are less as well. So for example, on Friday, I sent you a receipt, Gerald. I overnighted a shipment on Friday for a Saturday delivery of a box of semen for one of my studs to Mississippi. And the cost was $63.24 overnight
Hmm.
with FedEx. So big difference.
Well, let me ask you a question. So we got the dimensions at 12 by 10 by 8.
Hmm.
Now, somebody asked me, what is the, well, I got a few questions. I've been writing down questions. So, what is the ideal temperature that an extender should be before you put the specimen, before you mix the specimen with the extender? What is the ideal temperature for the extender, and how would you warm it up?
Okay. So I don't know the actual, I never use a thermometer per se. Um, I personally get a Dixie cup and I'll put hot water in there and put my little bottle of extender I just showed you. I mix it with the solution and put it in there. Then I shake it up a little bit. Well, really turn it around because you don't want to get it foamy. Turn it around, up and down. Put it in the styrofoam cup of hot water while I'm doing the collection. By the time I'm done, I'll stick my pinky in there, obviously still with the glove on, and it should feel like it's the same temperature as my pinky, right? It
Right.
shouldn't be hotter than that, and it certainly shouldn't be colder than that, because the semen coming out, obviously, you want the goal is to not have a different temperature of extender going into your semen. So when I've got warm semen, I've got body temperature extender going in. Makes sense? And it
Yes.
works
Yes.
out
So you
pretty
you
good
don't.
for me. I mix the extender first, get the Dixie cup with hot water, drop my bottle of extender in there, collect my stud, come back, everything works out perfect.
See, because you don't, the ideal is that you don't want to shock the semen where
Nope.
you're shocking it from body temperature to cold and now it's shocked, or it's from body temperature where it's hotter than body temperature and you kill them,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Somebody told me a technique. Naomi telling me that she puts it under her armpit, or just put it in her pocket, or
Yeah.
she try to make sure it gets room temperature at least.
Yep.
So
Yep.
my other question is then, and Meredith from Rocky Mountain asked this question. She said, I'm reading the question. She said, and what extenders do you recommend? Do you recommend 10-day, 5-day, 3-day? And these are usually we're shipping overnight now. So what extender do
Right.
you recommend anyway?
Well, I personally use Dr. Kenny without antibiotic. Now it's not the longest lasting. I know there's Candy Plus and all these that can be longer lasting, but like you said, when I'm shipping it, these people are wanting to use it next day. So a 3-day extender is perfect for me.
Okay.
But it really depends where you're shipping to. If I was shipping, to the UK, I would use probably the Candy Plus because it's going to last a bit longer. But for me, most of our shipments, well, all of our shipments, every one of my shipments is either overnight via FedEx or cargo through the airlines, and it's getting there same day.
Wow, cargo. Well, I have a friend named Tasha. I think she lives in North Dakota. Sometimes overnight just ain't gonna get there overnight, depending on
Mm-mm.
if she's in a rural area. And then
Yep.
sometimes Saturday delivery is not allowed. Yeah, it
Yep.
depends. So
Yep.
I would say, especially if you're gonna do 3-day extender and you live like in very unpopulated areas, if you're going to ship it Friday with the expectation it's going to get there Saturday, you may want to put a 10-day extender,
Yep.
or
Yep.
so it depends.
Personally, if that was the case, if I was in a rural area shipping semen, I would go to the airport and ship it cargo. So you know
Okay.
it's getting there same day. That's me. But when I'm receiving, it's not often that I use outside studs in my program, but on the occasions that I do, I want that semen as fresh as possible. So if I'm having someone ship me semen, I'm having them go to the airport and ship it to me because I want it same day. I don't want to give it 2 days, 3 days. I don't want to run the risk of FedEx losing my box or not sending it because, you know, these, these boxes are costing me, the shipment of semen is costing me, 5,000 plus, generally speaking, for me. I don't know what it is for other breeds. I know if I'm using an outside stud, it's going to be a pretty impressive stud. So I'm paying at least $5,000 for that semen, and I want to make sure it's as fresh as possible.
I usually I usually ship FedEx, right, or
Hmm.
UPS, but I never do USPS.
No, no,
So
no.
my first time shipping with FedEx, it was traumatic. It was like they gave me shit about shipping sperm. I was just being
Really?
truthful. What's in the box? I'm like, is there like some biological hazard that we have to let them know about? Because that was really weird that they gave me the fifth degree, and the guy that was there, I was like, oh man, he's giving me shit. I said, what are you shipping? I said, I'm shipping out dog semen. Oh, I gotta check this pamphlet, see if it's allowed. I was like, dude, this is
Yeah,
it.
they actually have a category specifically for it. So I'm not sure why they gave you such trouble. But another thing, if you're shipping semen a lot, you definitely want to get yourself contracts with FedEx, with whatever airlines are, your hubs in your area. So for me, it's American Airlines. That's our hub is here in Southwest. So I have contracts with both of them and FedEx. For a couple of reasons. Number one, well, first off, you can't ship it cargo unless you have an account with the airline. But as far as FedEx goes, it's a reduced rate, um, and they know you're coming. They know what you're shipping. They don't give you any trouble. You just go in. I mean, they know me at the airport. At the FedEx, they know me and both airports, they know me. I walk in, how you doing? In and out, 5 minutes.
So let me ask you this. So, because I've never shipped anything via air, like the airplanes. Um,
Mhm.
so you go to a certain location, like say, yeah, you near DFW, right?
Yep,
So you go to DFW, you go to the American airline or the Delta Airlines specific
yep,
cargo area,
yep,
and
yep.
they can actually ship it out the same. I mean, just like that.
Yeah, you pick which flight you want it on. So somebody calls me, what is it? It's 12:23 right now. So say I get a text, hey, can you ship Hawk out? I say, sure. I have to be there an hour ahead of time. So I know it's going to take me about 30 minutes, get everything arranged here. So that puts me at what, 1. I know I have to be there an hour early. It takes me 30 minutes there. So I start looking at what flights are going out after 4 o'clock. And I'll say, I can get it on the 4:30 flight. It'll land at 5:30 your time. And they go pick it up. So their semen is literally hours old when they get it.
So if I
And
wanted,
by the way, guess what the cost is?
what?
$62. That's it.
So if I
Every
wanted to
time.
ship out something to New York, if I can catch it a certain flight, all I gotta do is go online and say, "Hey, that's a New York flight," as if I'm flying, and then I can
Mhm.
go to actual American airline front desk counter and say, "Hey, I'm shipping this package,"
Yep.
but
Yeah.
I have to pay for it when I get there. I can't pay for it online, right?
Correct. You pay for it at the counter.
That's it. Like when I'm checking in for my luggage.
Yeah. You just go
Get
to the
out
cargo
of here!
area. You pay
Really?
$62. Yeah. It's so easy. So easy and
It's
convenient.
cheaper than damn FedEx.
Yeah. Yeah, it's way cheaper and they're getting it same day. That's why I said if I personally, I'm pretty picky. I want my semen as fresh as possible. So if I'm using an outside stud, I want the stud owner to go to American Airlines and drop it off. And if they don't have an American Airlines account themselves, I'll set up the shipment for them. They'll have to pay the $62 at the counter, but it'll come under my account and come right to me. And I'll tell them I want it on this flight, and they go do it, and I get
So
it.
wait,
And
so listen. There's always room for me to learn because as a stud guy, I'm always shipping. So let me get this right. Do I have to have it? Because I fly American Airlines. That's all I do is American. I mean, I'm an
same,
executive. I'm an executive platinum there. So I'm the Admiral Lounge guy. I'm bougie as
same,
hell. So I even got the black American Airline card, and I'm getting
same.
so okay. So do I have to have an American Airline account, shipping account?
Yep, you got to get a cargo account,
So
and
how do
it
I apply for that?
takes. Just Google it. It's been a while since I've
Okay.
done it, but you can just Google American Airline cargo account. And they do a background check. They want to make sure you're not shipping, drugs or something crazy, right? Takes, I don't know, about a week and you'll get set up and boom, that's it. And you can send other people on your behalf too, because I'm busy.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
super
yeah.
busy. So sometimes I'll collect my stud and I have runners that'll come by, pick up the box, run it up there for me. So anybody can drop it off under my account. And I can even have,
Damn.
studs that, any stud owner that I'm getting semen from, I just book it under my account. They go up there, they say, here's the airway bill, and they check it in, pay the
So
$62, and it's on its way.
so before I ship anything, I have to get up. I have to get an American Cargo account active, correct?
Yep.
So I can't go up there as a regular Joe Blow and say, "Hey, I want to ship this box to New York."
Mm-mm.
I have to get a cargo account.
Yep. Yeah.
Game, game. All right, more
Yeah.
questions. So if that's the case, then if it's getting there the same day, and Meredith from Rocky Mountain says, let me put that question up. She said, now I found some extenders can actually affect semen negatively or positively. What do you think? So if you're shipping out same day and they getting it that day, then you don't need an extender because an extender is only extending the life of the sperm for hours or a couple of days. Correct.
I still use extender even if it's going same day, always. Yeah. So, and they'll tell you the ratio is 3-1. I'm going to tell you, I never do a 3-1. I do 2-1.
2 to
So if
1.
I have 5 mLs of semen, I'm going to put 5 mLs of extender. That's what I do. And I've been
No, if you
doing
have
this a
5
long
mLs,
time.
you're gonna
Huh?
if you have 5 mLs, if you have 5 mLs of semen, then you would put 10
I'm going to
mLs.
put, yeah, well, I do it one, I guess it's 1-1 is what I do. Because if it's 5, I go to 10 and that's it. But like I said,
But if it's 2 mLs,
everybody's using mine within 24 hours. So
yeah,
that's
me
what
too.
works for
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
So
That's
so
what
what's
works
your
for me. And
ratio
I'm
like?
not saying I'm the expert. I'm going to tell you that I've been doing this 10 years.
That's an
We
expert.
were one of the largest French bulldog breeders in the world. This box, the methods I'm telling you, what I'm doing has worked famously. We have no issues, none, zero. So
But give me that ratio again because you said 1 to 2, but then you
yeah, I guess I said it wrong. I do 1-1. So if it's 5, I'll put it to 10 if they're
okay,
using it, same day or next day.
okay.
If it was a situation, I can't even think of a situation. For Frenchy people, we're like super particular. We want our semen same day or next day, So, but if it was a situation where it was going to be a couple of days they're holding on to it, I would do 2-1. So I'd go 5 to 15, but that's not very often.
So let me ask you this: what extender brand do you recommend from that you've had a good experience with?
I do the Dr. Kenny. the skim milk canine semen extender without antibiotics. And I also like some people, you know, I guess there's some things I'm just going to spend the money on and I'm not going to try to extend the life of it, right? So, for
Yeah.
example, I buy these small ones. I get them from MAI and it comes, so it's, well, how many ounces is this? I don't even know. 46 mLs, right? And it
Uh-huh.
comes with a little packet. So these cost me about, I don't know, $8, which is kind of a lot, right? But I specifically buy these because I'm not going to refrigerate it. I'm not going to freeze it. I'm going to use it one time and I'm going to throw it away. So it makes no sense for me to buy that big old bottle like this of the Dr. Kenny because I'm not going to take a chance. I want to know that it's fresh. I use it once and it goes in the trash. Unless I'm collecting a couple studs at the same time. Of course, then I can use it a couple times in a row. But what I'm not going to do is mix it, warm it, refrigerate it the next day, warm it, use it again. Not going to do it. So it makes sense for me to use these little ones. Also, if I have someone that needs me to send a box because they need to send their stud out, right? And they don't have any extender, I can fit it in this box. So they're
Right.
buying a box from me because they need to send their stud out. They don't have any extender. They don't have any supplies, period, because they normally go to the vet and it's a Sunday. So I go to the American Airlines and I send this over for $62. I can include all these things, right? And then they can get their stud shipped out on that Sunday. So it
Now,
is really just what works for you.
yeah, to me, it's it's just making things seamless because um, getting my males ready for the extraction. Oh, that's another good question. Ooh, yeah, hallelujah. So I'm gonna get to the cost of the items. People, you guys are gonna be blown away on the fixed price that she has for these packages. But my question is, when you're about to extract from your male, and this is what I've learned from SoCal Clinic out in Riverside. They've told me when it's time to extract from your male, number one, I always have I call a teaser, and
Always.
I go to SoCal Clinic because they're a pre-productive clinic, so at least 92% of the people there are Frenchy people, right? And
Yeah.
all we need is a female that's in season. That's all we need. He does his
hmm
little sniffing one time, is off to the races. But before we do that, 15 minutes before we get them ready, they tell me to give my boy a package of Star Kiss tuna packed in water. Yes, tuna. Tuna does something. Listen, I have not missed when it comes to the motility and the volume and also the count. I've been hitting 1.2 billion when she does the calculations, and motility has been 80% and higher when I'm doing the tuna.
Hmm.
So what do you use? What are you giving your boys, if anything? Like I will say this: I do give this Oxy Studs chewables 2, 3, 4 days prior, right?
Yep.
For the extraction. But what are you doing to get your boys ready so you can get the most you can when you're doing the extraction? What are you doing?
Absolutely nothing, to be
What?
honest with you. Nothing. But you got to think I have 11 dogs and there's only one male. So they're around females that are coming into heat all the time, right? So they're always amped up. He's always amped up. Right now, I only have one stud in my house. So, I have partners and there's other studs other places, but they also have several females and one or two studs. So they're just, I haven't had an issue. When they're young, when they're like, if I'm trying to use them early because it's brand new DNA or whatever, and they're like 7, 8 months, then I will use the Oxy stud. I'll put the powder on some tuna, right, over
Yeah.
some kibble. Um, I'll do that for a couple weeks, to kind of get their count up. But once they're working, I've not had any issues. But
Okay.
I will try that tuna thing because
Yes.
sometimes Hawk's pretty busy. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. That is. I remember my boy Cisco. We did a live cover that morning, and then we did TCI 6 hours later.
Ooh,
Right? Yeah.
mhm.
He's a 3-year-old dog, so he's in his
Yeah, he's
prime.
good.
He's
Yeah.
good. And so each time, well, with the live cover, we couldn't determine what his motility was. But that second time was an extraction with an analysis of the count, and it was 1.2 billion. It was I probably could have impregnate like 100 dobies at once if that was an opportunity. So
Right.
so I'm gonna look up Dr. Kenny. I'm gonna look up because Brian, shout out to Brian. Brian was telling me that the area I go to is not the area. See, I thought, and I'm learning this too. I know these are dumb questions, but
No, not at all.
in at LAX, I thought that I can go straight to the front counter and drop off. Obviously, I can go to a cargo area at LAX and
Yep.
go there and drop it off. So I can do
Yeah,
that.
there's a separate, I don't know in LAX. Here it's a separate building. They have a
Yeah,
whole separate building at the airport for the cargo area. And I think it's probably the same there since it's a large airport. Some of the smaller airports, they have a separate cargo section within the airport. But the bigger airports, it's generally a separate building.
you get listen, Joanne. I'm telling you that is so. You are dropping so much nuggets, so many nuggets because a lot. If you provide stud service to a lot of people,
Yeah, I do.
they do not. You tell these clowns that hey, give me at least a couple of day notice to get let me maneuver to be ready in case the numbers are right to ship it out, and they don't do it. They give you the day of notice.
Yep.
It-
Saturday. They're like,
yeah,
oh, she's ready on Saturday. And what are you going to do? You can't ship it FedEx or
yeah,
anything else. The only thing you can do is cargo.
right,
And first off, it's cheaper for the stud owner to go to the airport. Secondly, your customer is going to be happier because they're getting semen that's literally hours old. You know, it's a no brainer.
yeah. So we get to the important part, people. When I saw the packaging, I was like, wow, that's going to be expensive, but it really not. So um, Joanne has when she sells this retail to people who are stud service providers or breeders, she sells them at a minimum 10 count, correct?
Yeah, boxes of 10. And the reason for that is shipping is pretty much the same price whether I ship one box or I ship 10. So the cost would be prohibitive if you just bought one box, right? I'd have to charge you a
Right,
lot for shipping. So then it wouldn't make any sense. So we sell them in boxes of 10. It's a whole, you'll get a whole styrofoam, I mean, a cardboard box with 10 of them in there, all pre-assembled, ready to go.
right. So now a box of 10 people shipped from Dallas, Texas to anywhere in the lower 48 states or
Yep.
all the okay, anywhere in the lower 48 states. And yes, people, North Dakota and South Dakota are part of the lower 48 states, even though they're rural, a lot of rural areas. I had to give you some shit, Tosh. I'm sorry. And $280. So I do basic math. When I went to college, I only had to do basic math because I'm not a pharmacist, so I didn't need to know algebra and geometry. My he's a plastic surgeon, so he had to know dimensions. I don't. All I need to know how to do is add and subtract. That's what my life revolves around. So I did a mathematical evaluation at $280 divided by 10 is $28 a box. That's shipped, but that's 10 paid for it. That's $280. Guys, I went on Amazon. Amazon's a good resource. So is eBay. And I'm gonna show you guys the prices right now. Let me share my screen because you're not gonna believe me. I'm like, it is what it is. So watch this. So now I'm gonna switch it over here where we're gonna talk. So people, if you notice, this is for one box. Look at that price, $42. 4 pounds shipping weight. Ours was 3 pounds and 3 pounds,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
And just
And the size of that box is considerably bigger.
yes,
So when you go to ship at FedEx, they measure it and it goes on the
exactly,
dimensions and weight.
exactly. Here's another one. Uh, I mean, you can't make this shit up. It's look at the price. I'm all about and look at the dimensions here. It says dimensions 5 by 5, 8.5 by 7 by 6. Now
Okay, here's the
ours,
problem with that. They're not going to be
yeah,
able to get an ice brick in there big enough to keep the temperature as long as you need it for up to
yeah.
3 days.
So there's
Because
always
so we had to keep adjusting the sizing of the box until we could get the smallest box we could with the optimal temperature because we needed at least this size of an ice brick.
yeah. So here's one right here. They're trying
Those
to
are the
be
crappiest ice that you can get. That thing is going to melt. That's liquid in there. So those
wow.
ice packs, those are liquid and they melt very fast.
So you've done your research and all of these
Mhm.
people on,
Yep.
and it's just so. What I'm trying to tell you, people, like it's a no-brainer, and I'm lucky to say that I'm the first unofficial distributor. Well, distributor. So I'm gonna have. I already had Miles to message us, message Miles Meyer. Shout out to Miles Meyer, um, to put it on my website. And you can go to my website at www.europeanstud.com. You're gonna go to the shopping section. You can still buy your dog food there, but you can also buy the safe semen shipping boxes. But remember, it's going to be $280. That's including shipping and everything. But you're going to get a box of 10, each individually packaged. My question is, let's say they want to buy from you, right? Is there any way that that my audience can reach out? Listen, people, this is not her full-time job. She by day she has another full-time job, but this is a, I won't say a hobby because
It
hobby
is. It
sometimes
is a hobby.
it's a hobby, but it's a hobby that pays. But
Yep.
but it's extra work too, though. But you don't consider it work
Mhm.
because you love what you're doing. Is there any way that people, if they wanted to reach out to you directly, that they can contact you and buy these until I get the website cracking?
Yeah, I'll give you my husband's cell phone number and you can just text him and he can
Okay,
get it arranged for you.
okay.
So
Hold on for a minute. Call number. What's that number?
214
Hold on for a minute. 214.
668
Uh-huh.
6115.
His name,
Roberts. The
Robert.
reason I'm giving you his is, as Gerald said, this isn't, I do have a full time job and I travel a fair amount. So I'm not always at home, but my husband is super responsive. He'll get you taken care of immediately.
Yeah. It's I'm telling you, this is a game changer for me. This is a game changer because even with the breeders, this is a game changer because we as breeders always are incurring costs up front and we're
Hmm.
hoping to get a return at the end. And there's a 47% chance that we get returns at the end. When we do when we do take L's, we take them with a smile because we knew that we got into this because we loved the breed first. If we didn't love the breed, I'm not taking too many L's for Pomeranians. I'm not doing it.
Right?
And I'm definitely sorry, people, if I say this, but I'm definitely not taking an L for pit bulls. It's not happening, right?
Nope.
So if you guys need these now, call my man Robert at 214-668-6115. But I should have my website up with all of the photos, the dimensions, what's included by the end of today if Miles get it cracking. But I'm putting my order in. You know, I put up an order in last week. So I got to get my order in before. Is it too late to put it in today with you before you take off?
No.
Okay. We'll do that when we get off this line. Let me see any more questions here.
And if you
Oh,
need them, so say, all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, I don't have Semen shipping boxes and somebody just reached out and I need to ship out tomorrow. We can always take the box to American Airlines Cargo and get it to you same day. So that happens a fair amount too, where people are like, oh shit. Oh, sorry, excuse my language. Oh
that's okay.
crap. I need to get this shipped out and I don't have the supplies to do it. We can take that box of 10 right on up to American Airlines and you'll have it same day.
That's beautiful. Say, Ryan, I know it's your shit here. So let me see. Those are nice collection boxes. So again, name the material. Now, these are not regular cardboard boxes. Name that material again that these boxes are made of.
Chemi board. So
Kimmy board.
KEMI, Chemi board. You can Google it. It's much more durable than your standard cardboard box. When you look at the cardboard boxes, they're aerated, right? They have the little
Yes.
thing, right? And there's no plastic kind of protection on the outside. So air's going in and out, right? So if it's hot outside, what do you think's coming into the box? Heat. If it's
Right.
cold outside, what's coming in? Cold, right? But these have like this clay. It's actually a clay coating. The Chemi board is a clay coating that pretty much seals it. So you're not getting that same reduction in um, temperature or increase in temperature. Change in temperature is what I should have said.
When you've shipped out your clients and you didn't do American Airline and you did FedEx or UPS, what has oh let me come back here. So do you do an analysis on your semen before you ship it out?
um, we just have a telescope and we take a video showing they're running all around. To be honest with you, we used to go to the vet all the time. It got so expensive. So we've got a nice telescope. We take a live video. It shows some of the customers go to, the vet to have them inseminated. They'll check it when it gets there. It's always fine. Some of them have a telescope on their end. So they'll warm the semen, like your friend said, under her arm or between her
Yeah.
legs to warm it up, right? And they'll put it under their telescope and they'll see just a screen full of black little dots moving all around. So yeah. Is it the best way? No. We could go to the vet if we needed to. And if someone requested it, I would. But most people trust us after 10 years. So um
Well, you said on several occasions that I'm not an expert. Yeah, you're an expert.
mm,
You're an expert.
did I say microscope? I said telescope. My husband just corrected me. I said telescope. I meant microscope. He just came in here.
Well,
You're having a
listen,
blonde moment there, Joanne. It's actually a microscope, not a telescope.
listen. The sperm shoots way up in the sky. I'm telling you right now.
That's why I keep him around when I have those
Yeah,
blonde moments.
yeah,
Misspeak on the
that's okay.
terminology.
No, but I really appreciate you taking this time out. This is definitely a game changer for me. And I'm as a breeder myself of a one particular breed. I am always trying to elevate my game, right?
Yeah.
And I've learned so much from Frenchie breeders.
Frenchie beaters are crazy. We are
Dude,
crazy.
it's bananas. It's like I've learned so much just from them, and I'm not even into the breed, right? Yeah, because I went out there and I interviewed Aaron and on his about his dogs, and he dropped some nuggets. It just dropped a lot of nuggets, and it's like because we're still dealing with the canine species, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I want to say thank you again for taking this time out before you catch your flight. Again, people, sorry about that. I will have my website live in regards to the package 10 minimal is going to be required. Is one click, one purchase for $280. That includes shipping. You can go to my website between now and tomorrow at europeandobermanstud.com, put your order in. Therefore, once it's done, they drop ship. But if you need it, in just in case my website is not optimal at that time and you want to go straight to the creators, the owners of the product and buy it, same price, but you just got to call Robert, the loyal husband here, who's correcting us every way, at
Yeah.
214-668-6115. I want to say I appreciate you really taking the time out for coming on today. I mean, this is real talk, and I want to give a shout out to Aaron for turning me on to you about this because he's the one that I paid attention. I was looking, I was seeing, but I wasn't looking. You know, and when I start seeing, I was like, wait a minute, he's shipping this stuff. Let me hit him out, and then he hit him up, and he told me about you. So I want to say I thank you very much for coming on. I really do.
Thank you. And one thing I did want to mention too is the boxes of 10 are shipped via FedEx. So, um, not UPS or, I'm sorry, USPS. It's definitely FedEx every time, unless you want it to the airport. And if you need it same day or faster than FedEx is going to get there, it's not overnight with FedEx, it is ground. Um, so keep that in mind. But all you need to do is just let us know, hey, I'd prefer to pick it up at the airport and we can do that, or you're going to be getting it via FedEx.
All right, I really. Hey, listen, Rocky Mountain. Meredith said, Joanne, I have a natural appendage. I have a
Yeah,
natural
for being
appendage.
blonde.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep. That's
natural
it.
appendage. Yeah.
Every now and then it comes through. So
Hey,
we just deal
you
with
know
it.
what's crazy? So my wife is not blonde. Uh, 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 I said, but sometimes when I ask her questions, she forget. I said, you had a BHM. She said, what is that? I said, you had a blonde headed moment. She said, oh,
Yep.
BHM.
Hey, I own it. Some people might be offended by
Right.
it. No, I own it. I will
So
take it.
we have to cut this short because Meredith said that she said Meredith at Rocky Mountain said um, this is what she said. She said, "Hey Tasha, I'm ready for that glass of wine." So they're already getting cranked up right now. So all right, I want to say thank you again. Thank you for coming on. And as I always says at the end of my podcast, be resilient but be responsible. Until next time, hold on before we close out.